Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. All right, so this year, Harlem 9 is holding its second annual 48 Hours in El Bronx, a collaboration with Pregones Theater. And the play will feature 30 of Harlem 9 creatives who all contribute to 6 10-minute raw impressions of BX dance and music history. And joining us now to share more, we welcome Harlem 9 producer Sandra Daley-Sharif. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me here, Rhina. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, we're happy to have you. And, you know, as a fellow thespian, I'm very excited about learning more about this project because it's very interesting. However, inquiring minds want to know why the company's name Harlem 9.
Well, I'm an independent producer in Harlem. And I'd say about 9 years ago when I felt like, oh my gosh, I can't do all these things that I was imagining and dreaming alone. I invited all the Black producers that I knew, like, come to my house and let's have dinner and let's talk about what's possible. And I'd say about 20 people showed up at my house. We cooked, we ate, and we talked about what we can do in theater. And when it was all said and done, we were down to 9. And that was where the name came, Harlem 9. But truthfully, we're now down to 6. And it's a family of 6, and we've been together for 8, 9 years.
So you're going to keep it Harlem 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Harlem 9 is its origins, and 9's a good number.
I know.
It's a really good number.
I know. There's something magical about it, and so we decided to keep it, and it's fine.
That's all right. You know, you may be able to fill it with those extra, what is it, 3?
Yeah.
But that being said, 3, you seem to like to play with numbers a lot. And so, and I'm saying this because just even the structure of this presentation, right, which congratulations, I understand you won an Obie Award.
I know, thank you so
That's
much.
a big deal.
I know, it is a big deal.
Especially for something like this.
Well, especially for something that is really grassroots and it is really about the community, and you must know that we got the Obie for our contribution of diversity to the American theater landscape. It's important. Like, our mission is about celebrating other voices. And in this case with El Bronx, it's about Latino voices.
We love it. And not only the Latino voices, we're also talking about the clubs and the nightlife aspect of it, right? So let's just give everybody a little breakdown because I did introduce it, but just how does the whole thing work, right? You put everybody together and then everybody has to write in a matter of 48 hours? All right, give me the excitement.
Okay, so the way it works is that it's 6 playwrights,
right,
6 directors, and there are 18 actors, 9 men, 9 women. Okay? We all come together Friday evening and we all talk about these 6 clubs, right? And they go back as far as the 90s. And the playwrights and the directors chat about these clubs, and the playwright is ultimately going to get inspired by these 6 clubs. We randomly give each playwright one of the clubs. They don't know which one they're going to get. And they have to go home that night and write an inspired 10-minute piece about one of these great clubs. What we're really hoping for is that there's going to be some music in these 10-minute pieces. And they have literally hours. They're up most of the night. They have literally hours to write this 10-minute play. And so by 8 o'clock the next morning, Saturday morning, the plays are coming in. We have 6 new inspired plays. The directors and the cast get it, right? And they rehearse all day. Well, I shouldn't say all day. 5 hours on Saturday.
Okay.
They have to be off book. The actors
by
have to
Sunday.
be. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so do the actors play in multiple versions, or they're assigned to one story?
Yes, they're assigned to one story, but it is no easy feat to be off book.
Oh no, I know.
And it's really, you're up and you're ready to go. I think the actors have the hardest job. And so we tech all day Sunday, and the show goes up that night. But this year in particular, we're doing 2 different locations because Pregones is with Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. They're also in Midtown. So we're doing one show on Sunday.
In the Bronx?
In the Bronx. And the second show is on Monday night.
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan.
And so this is so exciting. I'm like
He's so
scared for the
crazy.
actors.
I know.
Well, because listen, I don't know if you guys are getting this. So nobody knows what they're going to get as far as what they're going to either write or what they're going to perform.
Exactly.
And so all of this happens like in a matter of hours within the weekend. So Friday night, these people have no life. All they know is this.
Exactly.
From this until Monday. From Friday
Exactly.
till Monday.
And just know that when we reach out to these artists, it is a real commitment that you're with us for these many hours, right? And please be on your best behavior. No crazy in that amount of time. Because you can imagine,
Right.
it's like high creativity that's going on. And you know that those actors they're thinking, are you serious? I really have to know all these lines? Yes, so yes. It's an amazing weekend. And usually it's sold out. That's what we're aiming for. That's
Nice.
what we want to do. And the audience is crazy.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a nice, it's almost like being in a short festival, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
except it's all really one play.
Yes.
And so I want to know how you chose these particular clubs or who chose them.
Well, the really important thing about this particular festival that we've been doing now for 8-9 years, and part of the reason why we won this Obie is because it's not just write anything. We want to be inspired by things that are in the community. These clubs came out of the community.
Right.
Some are queer clubs. Some are like ballrooms. You know, the Savoy
We have Club
Manor.
845,
Yes.
Tritoons, Disco Fever, that's very popular.
That's a hip hop dance club.
The Savoy Manor and GT's.
GT's was a famous queer club for Latina population, and then we have Mexico in the Bronx, which features La Senorita. So anybody who's into the club scene, this goes back and now, and so the playwrights are going to be inspired by these clubs. What was going on with those clubs? Some of the clubs had like a taxi thing going on downstairs. You know, people were up till 3-4 in the morning talking mess.
Like talking that smack, you know, hey, we're going to keep it censored.
Exactly. So it was a great time, and it's great stuff to be inspired by to write these plays. And so I know we're going to get music in this and dancing.
It sounds like you need to have music in it, right? Because
Yes.
you keep saying it, so I'm trusting you're manifesting the
So if
music.
anybody
to be
drops
in this.
out, Rhina, are you going to come and show up? You look like you're ready.
Oh my gosh, did she just put me on the spot on there? I'm scared. I gotta
crazy.
prepare. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared for the actors. But all that said, I did want to just emphasize that aside from the fact that you are honoring these establishments as well as the history of our culture here in the Bronx and the multiculturalism that is our existence here in the Bronx and in all realms of just our classes and our societies and our race and all that, because you're tapping into all of them, right? It's just as important for the audience to understand that that's your stories being told, and you need to show up and support it.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's part of again, is the mission of what we're doing. It is about going into communities and having these artists tell their singular story. It's important to tell these stories. These are quote unquote marginalized stories in that they're not mainstream. And I want to make sure that they're mainstream. That's what Harlem 9 is about, is making sure that we celebrate our stories, we celebrate our communities, our history, and that's what it's really about at the end of the day.
Yes, and it's important for us as viewers, as audience members, to understand the importance of supporting it, because that's how we're going to have our stories told and heard. That's how they're going to pick it up. Right.
So, is this where I can say buy tickets, please? Because
Yes.
it's Sunday the 8th and Monday the 9th at 7 o'clock. You can go online to harlem9.org. There's going to be a big link that says buy tickets here. Please do go out, buy tickets.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Thank you, Rhina.
All right, you guys, once again, 48 Hours in El Bronx will be performed on April 8th at the Pergones Theater, which is located at 575 Walton Avenue. And then April 9th, it's going to be performed at Pergones PRTT, which is located in Manhattan at 304 West 47th Street. And for information and tickets, visit Harlem9, that's the number 9.org, or you can visit pregonespRTT.org. And there you have it. All right, you guys stay tuned. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.